Hi, hello, welcome officially to the stream. Last we left off, Podwick and his bro Duncan got into a bit of trouble. Basically, their contacts, half of them got their heads blown off. We can't find our foster father Raymond, who was the one who got us into Hong Kong in the first place. So now we're stuck doing jobs to get our sins erased, which is how we can get tracked by the police because there is a manhunt over all of Hong Kong after us because we were framed, as all criminals are. It was a frame job. So, whoops, before I begin, I need to put the earphones on. Otherwise, it will mask the music, or the mic will pick up everything, I think. So, also, I don't know if it's showing yet, but I got the application submitted to be a Twitch affiliate. Yay! I'm got someone commissioned to help us do some emotes and subscriber gifs. I think you will be very pleased with them when they're done. Hopefully it all goes through. I don't know. So, yeah. So anyways, that means you can subscribe if you like what you're seeing. You don't need to right now, though, because I don't have anything fancy yet, so it'd just be silly if you did it now. I don't even think you can yet. I think the paperwork still has to go through or whatever, so... Anyways, that's just a yay. It's all going to common space, so making that space a little bit better while we're waiting for things to get kicked off and everything, so... Alright. And so we begin. So we begin. Okay, there we go. So I think, even though we just left the parlor and we're doing a job for Kindly, I don't think, Kindly Shane, I don't think anyone's going to still talk to us. Just off the docks, you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. His teeth shine white against the thick, black bush of his beard. His clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns, and fabrics, a smattering of culture straight across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. See something you like? His voice is hoarse. I can't do that too much. Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything is on sale. You won't find prices like this anywhere else, my friend. You know what? Show me what you're selling. Alright, so... we don't have the stats for most of these. Oh. Hard to hear. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now? I did turn down the game audio. Couple of emotes lined up, will do. Oh, I know. We all miss our technomancies. That was one of my fave classes. So a lot of these guns require some sort of ranged combat skill to use proficiently. We're not a gunner though. We might pick up this though. How much money we got? $12.50. It's decent. So it does 4 damage. Has a reach of 1. Let's see. We already own Mana Bolt. I don't think he has any other spells, unfortunately. We should pick up one of these though. Just because, yeah, we did use one earlier. Yeah, has that. Let's see. Is there a way to see what we're working with? Machete? Yeah. I'm not a fan of grenades. At least not with this character. I'm not going to be able to use them very well. So we'll go ahead and sell that. And it's paying 650 win for Nguyen for 1 damage. That's okay. I'll just go ahead and buy the dock wagon and yeah. Alright, I think this might actually be the only person that'll speak to us though. Let's see. Let's inspect this. The insulation on these heavy wires is cracked. They buzz and crackle occasionally as stray drips from the awning strike them. Okay, let's see. Frederick Coffey. That's close enough, friend. The club is members only and invites only. I suggest you just move along. Gotcha. We won't mess around. Yeah, I think basically there's nothing we can really do here. Oh, use intercom. A massive steel security door is set into a bunker-like concrete wall. There's no sign or identification of what this place is. A battered intercom is encased in a cage of welded steel and armored glass. Grainy letters are barely readable on the screen. Chrome Alley, medical services and mechanical repair. Premises protected by deadly weapons and infectious diseases. Oh, that's the best. Press the buzzer. There's a crackle of static, then a brusque voice answers. What do you want? The voice's Cantonese is precise, but the accent sounds American. Knock, knock. I need some medicine. Ha ha, very funny. Listen, guy, I don't know you. I don't like people I don't know. What are you doing here? Who sent you? I'm doing a job for Kindly. A job for Kindly, huh? You and every other hood in the Kong. Come back if you get some wheels around here. Otherwise, fuck off. There's a burst of static, then the intercom goes dead. Alright. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to really talk to us until we actually get on Kindly's official good graces. So we'll go ahead and talk to this Triad guard. I barely like people I do know, yeah. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his head. On Ching, should you be coming, you can pass. Uh-huh. Alright, so we can now choose a team member. We can choose up to 4 people. I'm going to go with Isabel to complement our tech side because she is currently the only decker that we have. And actually, she will be the only decker we have. Gobbet just kind of does the same stuff a little bit like I do, except there's no healing. So that's something I'm going to need to pick up at some point. So, yeah. Anyways, Isabel, let's go. About to travel to the Wall City? Let's do it. Also, you get a little bit more story this way with Isabel with you. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Uh-oh. SRHK not responding. As is wont to be the case. Okay, there we go. City of Darkness. Kowloon Walled City, the most densely populated spot on Earth. Nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos, poverty, disease, and vice. The self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Trash lights piled on roofs for controlled burns. And provides structures leading dangerously overpopulated areas. It's the ideal breeding ground for all manner of illicit trade. Drugs, gambling, black market trade, metahuman trafficking, and everything in between. The only law is Triad law. And now you need to enter the septic system of the city, find a Triad enforcing named Strangler Bow, and deliver a message from Kindly shame. I don't have anything in the stash. So, yeah, I think we're just going to be good to go. Aw, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Ooh, I have karma. How much? I think I only have 1 or 2 points, maybe. I don't think it's anything worth spending. Oh, I have 4 points. You know what? Let's get willpower and spellcasting up to 4 each, and now I'll start doing the strength and brute forcing. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Kitty was about to knock that over. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambience of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot. Sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand over his face. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set 1 foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the eastern hemisphere. Maybe the worst in the world. She does her best to suppress a shudder. Can't keep the dread from creeping into her voice. Can't believe I grew up here. Then I'm glad I brought you. You know the place. Isabel looks around her, closes her eyes. I wish that I didn't. She peers up the catwalks and sky bridges that connect the rotting tenements, sagging architecture. Frowning, she points to the spot in the distance. There's a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bao. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what Bao calls the little island control that he's carved out for himself there. Excuse me here. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. They'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, we could kill them if we really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Auntie Cheng happy than piss her off again. Well, that'll be up to them. If they don't try and kill us, they live. Got it. Let's get this done. Alright. So, do not kill any yellow lotus. We will do our best. I don't think we will succeed at that, but I will do my darndest. I think I might need gang etiquette in order to keep them all alive. I don't know. We'll see. We will figure that out. Putrid stench emanates from the remains of this building. You see nothing that would cause it. Oh wait. A merchant. Bedraggled old woman looks up from her sewing at the sound of your approach. Clothing! I have good quality clothing for sale. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? She cocks her head like a dog listening to a noise they can't understand. Prosperity? I don't know what that means. What's news here? Anything interesting? Interesting? Here? No. Nothing changes here. Nothing changes. Oh, Strangler Bao is a big man now. He's very important. Very impatient. You know Bao? We'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit and it took only 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. You see your friend Bao, you tell him that he still owes me for my time. I don't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. We'll get right on that. You see that you do. Now what else do you want? Later, lady. Alright. And this is the most we can zoom out, unfortunately. I wish we'd zoom out more, but... A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks and spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as the librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept for days. When a woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your faces, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around here. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. She glanced over watchfully over your shoulder at the buildings looming over into windows nearby. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. You look like you haven't slept in days. That's because I haven't. I've been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the past few months, working on my thesis. It was bad, but I could handle it. For the past 5 days, though, I've been living on the streets, hiding from predators. What happened to the family? I'm not 100% sure. The mother, she worked in the dive bar as the hostess. The father was a handyman. They never really went anywhere. Didn't have the money to. I woke up one day and the whole family was gone. Just gone. I squatted in their place for a while, and then some. People started coming around, eyeing the place. I figured I should get out, finish my research as fast as I could, and head back to the campus. Then I got sick. What kind of research would you do in a place like this? My thesis is about feng shui in the sixth world. This was the right place to do it. The only place to do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Excuse me. Still in the data gathering phase, or are you attempting to verify a hypothesis? This student's tired face brightens. Verification! You know much about feng shui, specifically how it applies here in Hong Kong? A little. Why don't you educate me? As you may know, feng shui is one of the 5 arts of Chinese metaphysics. Before the awakening, it was thought of as a philosophical system for harmonizing people with the surrounding environment. Today, in the sixth world, feng shui is more than just a philosophical construct. It's actually a form of magic. The whole thing revolves around qi, the invisible life energy that binds every person and thing together. It's very real here in Hong Kong. Nobody knows the reason why. Maybe it's only real because people believe that it is. The important thing is, it's a measurable, quantifiable phenomenon. There's an entire industry that's grown up around it. So how's the key in this place? It's wrong. All wrong. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, look at the place. You can feel it, right? I felt that something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad qi, huh? Qi needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. Now, I don't know if it's qi or qi. I think it's actually qi. I'm sorry. If qi gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing inclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. Excuse me, myself. Also, oh, come on. Alright. Getting a bad idea to chew gum and talk like this at the same time. Anyways. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, I could get out of here. As she holds out a crumpled piece of paper. Please, follow the notes on this sheet. Duncan takes the paper from her outstretched hand and examines it, frowning. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how. The goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even small adjustments can have a measurable impact on chi flow. If I'm right, it should improve and life here should get just a little bit better. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so let's actually see what she gave us. I think there should be a thing for mission items. Excuse me. Oh, it's right here. Alright, so note has a list of repairs, most of them crossed off. There's some left. Sparkling wires, trinket man, broken water shutoff valve, lower level, burning tires, past market. So we gotta do something about those three things. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, come on. Repair the walled city? That's not optional. We're definitely gonna do it. Alright. This one's mine. Step off. Okay. Whatever. Can I get over here? Nope. It's just whatever. Alright, let's inspect that first. Wires are sparkling dangerously just above the doorway. Well, I am smart. I can do this myself. Patch the worn out wire coating. A quick patch job with some nearby waste rubber leaves the wire safe once more. Hey, that's one of the three things. Street vendor gesture sorts a jumbled pile of tarnished chains, costume jewelry, and trinkets on a stained flannel blanket. Look at these beauties. Very valuable. Very pretty. Ever heard anyone say prosperity is in the walled city? No, that's not something that someone would say around here. Alright, show me what you're selling. Okay. Shaman junk. I don't need any of that. How can you stand this place? He gives you a stink eye. You mean my home? In my experience, you can get used to anything, regardless of how horrible it is. It just becomes normal after a while. But this place is getting worse, no question about it. Last 20, 30 years has been nothing but downhill. Nothing goes right here. Maybe you change that, though. By buying something, eh? No. See you around, kid. Alright. I can't go over there, can I? No, I cannot. Alright, there's something I could inspect over here. This market's wall has been picked clean, its owner replaced by a pool of dried blood. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh. Well-muscled and heavily tattooed triad member looks up from his PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, the other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, tourist boy. You and all your little tourist friends. I'm a local. I work for Kindly Sheng. Show some respect. The triad soldier sneers at her. That's so. I already know that you shouldn't be here. That fossil doesn't run things around here anymore. His hand strays through his jacket and a conspicuous bulge in the fabric. Could be a gun, a knife, or a blackjack. Best get moving, little girl. Best move before he hurt you all real bad. I'm not going to tell you twice. We don't want to kill them. Let's see. Should we be honest with them, or? I know, dude is at half my size. Relax. We're just here to check in on the local merchants. The merchants belong to Bao now. He waves you off. Get lost. Did I lose my chance? I think I lost my chance. Yeah, we might have to kill some people, unfortunately. That's where we came from. I'm just seeing if there's any other way. And what were the things? I fixed the sparkling wires. I need to do something about the shutoff valve and burning tires. Okay. I don't want to start a fight if I don't have to, but we'll see. We told you to get lost. You didn't listen. Now I'm thinking you might need to be taught a lesson. Okay. Four of them, three of us. Alright. So let's start with Isabel because we have another weapon that we haven't really seen yet. Go for it. And do it again. So she starts with a grenade launcher. Let's see. Duncan, can you do your subdual on him? Okay, I think you have to be right next to someone, unfortunately. We'll see if this is... What? Why is the line of sight blocked? Alright, yeah, I think we're just gonna chop this guy up unless there's... Yeah, we're gonna definitely chop him up. Yeah. Okay, so... Let's see. Can we do an aim? Can we do a boom boom? Alright, and then we'll do a choppy chop. One more. And one more. Yeah, unfortunately, we would have healed a lot more if they didn't catch us on fire, but oh well. Hopefully we won't need to fight anymore, but yeah, we won't get the bonuses for not killing anyone now, but that's okay. You come upon a heavily muscled triad soldier screaming at a bearded old man holding a bloody nose. The punk wags a cheap disposal crutch in the old man's face. This? The bright plastic face would look cheerful if it weren't smeared with blood. This isn't enough. You got two options, old man. You can find a way to pay me all the money, or you can drag your bony ass deeper into the wall. Find a spot for yourself there with the pimps and the predators. They should find a nice use for you. Your choice. It's not fair. I can't just pack up and leave. I've been living here for 22 years, and Is this how it's gonna be? Fine by me. Okay, he's out cold. Yeah, that's unfortunate. These hearts have been set aflame and have been burning for some time. The smell is awful. Can't do anything about those yet. Bucket of sand. Can we put it on the tires? Hey, there we go. Flames are stifled beneath the dirty sand and soil from the bucket. 2 out of 3 good deeds done. And now let's go to the lower level before we go to the Lotus Den. Alright. Before we do all that, let's see what's this way, actually. I'm one of those guys like, this is going for a while. Let me go the other way. Because I want to find that water valve. Alright. Yellows and Enforcer glares at you. You can see the outline of the old man's cred stick in his vest pocket. He flexes and his muscles bulge. Okay, buddy. Your muscles, I don't think they're even the size of, like, my chin. What do you want? Step away, asshole, right now. Saw what you did to the old man back there. I'm here to get his money back. I got a better idea. I think I'll take your money instead. Give me your cred sticks or you'll get with the old man guy. I'm not playing around. Yeah, we're doing strength 4. Well, I feel like playing, and I know a lot of fun games we can play. He comes up short, frowning. His eyes shift from your face to your biceps to his own, comparably slight build. Oh, the hell with it. There's nothing on this old stick anyways. He tosses the cheap stick back at you. The balance on his LED screen leads 63. You got what you came for. Now get out, yeah? I got a date in an hour and I don't need you messing it up. Remember this next time you decide to shake down an old man. He waves you out. Yeah, get out. Yeah, I do love, especially this part, everyone is trying to basically like, hey punk, what are you doing here? And it's like, I'm kind of twice your size. Alright. This old rusted water valve might be able to close off the flow of the water that's pouring out. Yeah, let's do it ourselves. The flow of water ceases, less clean water will run off into the streets now. So actually, let's go and turn in said quest to the lady. Run, 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 run. Is it done? It's done. Thank you so much. The young woman sighs with relief. She opens the flap on her satchel, reaches inside, and produces a plastic sheath. I'm not magically active, so I can't see the flow of chi in the area. I've got test strips, little sheets of paper embedded with chi-sensitive bacteria. It's a close relative of FAB, but it doesn't see much use outside of Hong Kong. She pulls the strip out of the sheath and holds it to the air. Within seconds, it turns ink black. She lets out a dejected sigh, her eyes shifting from the strip to her watch to the strip again. She looks utterly defeated. Damn it. I've been making adjustments for weeks now, trying to get the chi to circulate better, and nothing seems to work. If anything, this one went bad even faster than the control strips I took when I got here. Maybe you're doing it wrong. I followed the text, done everything right. It should work. The chi here is rancid, that's obvious, but I swear it's even worse than it should be. No wonder this place is so disgusting. The student coughs and rusts her hands. That's it, I'm getting out of here. In a little while. Gotta tell my advisor about this. Thanks for your help. Hope you don't stay too long. I sure as hell won't. Okay. So I think this is the direct entrance into the den. I think there's some other ways we can enter. Oh, yeah, let's talk to this guy. I don't want any trouble, boss. Please, just leave me be. Hand him back his crit stick. Here you go, man. Got this back for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't have anything I can reward you with, but I appreciate what you did. Thank you so much. This is everything I have in the world. $63, that's what you got, renewing. Let's see, I think I have a little bit of karma, like 2 or 3, I think, too, and not enough for anything yet. So, alright, we've done everything over there, so now there's a couple of things we can do this way. Well, let's check out this door panel. Door is secured by a lock with a badly dented keypad. The keys themselves are deeply scored as though someone had gone to work on them with a penknife. Isabel, what can you do to open this jar of pickles? Nothing to it. She loads up a program on her deck and effortlessly decodes the door lock. The door unlocks. Oh, we can enter in through there. The terminal, this terminal belongs to Val's people. I bet that we can get something useful out of it. Terminal is locked with a password prompt. Ask Isabel to jack in. Okay. So this is our first trip into the Matrix. The first of quite a few, I believe. Alright, so over time, we have some real-time stuff that we have to do. We gotta dodge these things from seeing us, but they have a little pattern you might be noticing. That one goes in this kind of small square. This one goes in that larger rectangle. Now, if we get tracked, they'll increase our system trace. We have 40 HP. So, anyways, what we want to do is kind of cut in between them. Like so. And let's see what goes this way. Let's see what's the other ways first. Okay. What's this way? I don't think we're supposed to float like that, but eh. So that one's going back and forth. Okay. I think this is clear. I think this spot right here is clear. I just gotta wait for that one to run by. So what I want to do is run this way. And then run this way. Alright, so let's try to hack. Oh gosh, I forgot about this. Okay. Oh gosh, this is gonna be... I totally forgot how to do this. We'll see how it goes. It's Simon. So I don't think we need to do all those in the future. Let's go this way. Woof! And then we can go out that way. That's close. But yeah, I don't think we need to do all those in the future. Just some of them. It just increases how much time we have to hack into it. Let's see. What is here? So there's a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. This is a lot of stuff. I think that's a safe spot, though. I think that's a safe spot. I just need to figure out when to go there. I think it's going to be now. Damn it. I'm so close. Oh my gosh, will you stop? Let's see. Can this just die already? Oh my gosh. So yeah, this is why you don't want to get, like, tracked at all. Okay. I don't know if I was going to be able to do that without getting tracked, though, honestly. Okay. Oh, whoops. Pressed the wrong one. That one? Okay, there you go. Okay, and I think we just exit out, like so. Okay. Yeah, I just missed the cover just horribly. But yeah, I could go through the hatch, but I think I want to check out the rest of this area first, real quick. Maggots turn within stews with unidentifiable ingredients. The Gunrunner. Tubby man with a twice broken nose glances up at you from a pile of gun parts. He offers you a gap-toothed smile. Nice firearms here. Good for protection. You got a husband or wife, you got kids, you give them safe with one of these beauties. Quality is guaranteed. Your satisfaction is everything. You want to buy? Ever heard anyone say the thing that I keep asking everyone and they don't know what it's about? If you're an organ ligger or a gun runner or a triad, there sure as shit is. Otherwise, you are looking at a hand-to-mouth, meal-to-meal existence here. How do you stand it here? Business is good here, man. Real good. Yeah, it's disgusting, but you know where the market is. Thou know you're selling guns in this area. Oh, whoops. Battery is running low, it says. Oh. I see what happened. when the dogs are going crazy, they tripped over the laptop plug. Is that better? Yes, it is. That's what we... Okay, good. So, Bao know you're selling guns. Got Bao's permission to sell weapons in this stall. Been selling a lot of them, even more than usual. That's good for me. Show me what you got. Nothing I want. Okay. Anything else? No thanks. Gotta run, gun runner. Alright, let's hit this. Also, we got some other mission items. Data stick, crumpled note, this pay data. Alright, and then 7881 if we need it. Alright. Well, that door has been secured by a series of heavy bars with old motors to retract them. A stained and soiled. I think the neighbors are doing stuff next door again. Anyways, sorry if the dogs are a little crazy. A stained and soiled keypad has been set into the door frame. Yeah, I finally left the store. I left like yesterday, Ender. You should have been there. Oh, that's not it? What is it? What is that thing? What is it, 7881? Oh, works on doors inside the den. Nope. I don't think I can get in there yet, then. Is there anywhere I don't think there is. I think I just have to go in there this way. So we are in the Lotus Den. Hopefully we won't kill too many more people. Yeah, we'll steal everything that's not, nailed down. Let's see. Of course we don't want to start a fight if we don't have to. I think there's like guards in here that if you break in here, they'll set off some stuff. Alright. Hey, money, money. Honestly, we'll need whatever we can get. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of different guards and stuff that can come out. Enter a key code. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Door unlocks. Whoa, 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 hey, hey, ho. Alright, Duncan, can you do this thing? How come? Okay, alright, we're just gonna take him down. Isabel, show me what you got to. Sweetness. Alright, and then let's Auntie is gonna be happy. Oh, that's the other code. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll go into it. If I can find it, I'll definitely go into it, but I don't want to, like, enter in if I didn't know how to get there. And shot. Come on, bro. Large man in his 50s. Ani isn't going to be happy. Yeah, you know. Large man in his 50s stands waiting, his heavily tattooed arms held in a fighter stance. His bone structure is heavy. Corded muscle stands out on his arms and chest. In his youth, he must have been enormous. He doesn't talk so much as emit a low rumble. Okay, killer, you have my attention. Yeah, it's Cyborg. You're a hard man to find. Can you guess who sent me with a message? You're a foreigner and you know my name. Must have been Cheng. She's the only player in Hoi who'd work with such shoddy tools. So you have a message from the old lady, huh? I can't wait to hear you mangle it. You speak Cantonese so well. But before I hear it, I have a little message for her too. You tell Canley Cheng that her operations are done in the walled city. Strangler Bao has given himself a promotion. And you tell her if she sends any more errand boys to visit him with another message, Strangler Bao is going to send them back in a box. You think you can tell her that, errand boy? Or should I write it down for you in English? I'll hold out the data stick. Just slot the stick, listen to the message, and I'll be gone, okay? I don't get to hear you butcher the message? I'm sad. He grasps a small plastic drive from your hand, slots it into his trade whip. Kindly Cheng stands erect, speaks directly to the camera. Mr. Bao, as everyone knows, you are a man of swift action. I respect that. And because of that respect, I will get right to the point. I know where your money is coming from. I know you have friends working for straw sandals like myself. They've been siphoning funds from their organizations. I know about the noodle shop that you launder the money through. I've tasted their broth and found it wanting. Sure, it's come a long way from Justice League guide, indeed. The old woman becomes flinty hard. You've been stealing from the Yellow Lotus, glorifying yourself for the revenue that we have earned, and I have the files to prove it. Bao's eyes widen as files begin to flit across the screen. Receipts, bank reports, personal communications between himself and his men. Kindly Cheng continues speaking, smooth and casual. Now, in light of our recent conflict, you might be wondering why I'm keeping this information to myself. Why haven't I exposed you so you could be dragged from your lotus den by the balls and slowly roasted on a rotisserie spit? In truth, I respect your ambition. You have a lot to learn about candor and loyalty, but I believe that you still have value. I'm still willing to work with you. However, in order for that to happen, we need to come to an understanding about the nature of our partnership. Kindly Cheng steps forward and fills the screen. I own you, Bao. You and all your men. You are my fucking playthings. Dolls to twist and pose as I see fit. I'm in this position because I am far better at this than you, and it is time that you learned it. Accept what I am telling you, and we can get back to business together and prosper together. But if you continue your little rebellion, I will mail tiny pieces of you to your children and take their picture as they open the package. She produces one of her thin black cigars, lights it, holds the smoke for a long time. You have 24 hours to return to the fold. If you aren't here licking my heels by then, the information will be released and you will become food for fish. Your choice, Bao. 24 hours. The message winks out. Strangler Bose turns away from the screen slowly. His skin is ashen. Get out. He pauses, casts his eyes to the floor. And tell Mrs. Cheng to expect me at Swift Winds tomorrow. He stands up straight. Tomorrow morning. I'll let her know. Go. Just go. Oh man, so properly owned. Booyah! So where do you get the code number from, by the way? I just want to try to find it. if possible. I don't want to illegitimately grab the thing. Do I have any others? No. Yeah, definitely stay on Auntie's good side for sure. She will mess you up. Otherwise. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's fine then. It's one of the things, you know. I don't want to do everything on a single run. Who holds up his hand for everyone to stop? Turns to two of you and hooks his thumbs in his belt. Well, that was a thing. Never thought I'd be shuttling messages between criminals in a Hong Kong syndicate. I can't imagine what Raymond would have wanted in the walled city. This place just feels wrong. Must have been important. He flew all the way here. Hired runners for an escort. But why? This place makes you feel like your life has no value. Like there's no point to anything. He sighs and looks at your companion. Great life you have here. It's a life, the only one I've got. Beats living in this cesspool. Now can we please get out of here? Can't happen fast enough. I've had enough of triads. Let's get out of this pit. Go on, gun show. Lead the way. Gun show? Seriously? Wu's goggles point down at Isabel. That's not gonna stick, is it? Return to Hoy. We're done here. You never played it? This my favorite of the three, mechanically speaking. Dragonfall has the best story in my opinion. You don't need to do Shadowrun Returns unless you want to be a completionist like me. I mean, honestly, I do like the ending of Shadowrun Returns the most, actually. It's hard to shake off. Sorry, I was about to do it in my Slain voice. It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if wretchedness itself had grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside, but their echoes still thrum in your insides. Isabel walks quickly, regularly checking over her shoulder as if expecting pursuit from the buildings themselves. She hugs her cyberdeck to her chest as if protecting a small child. Wu pauses a moment and breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But returning to Hoy isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent unsmiling faces that billboard a universal message. You don't belong here. Time to report back to Kylie and inform her that the message has been delivered. Get this business over with. Get your sins burned. Get on to the next step, whatever that is. Leave the city of darkness behind. Head to the Parlong Parlor and a date with a crime lord. Ooh, lots of karma gains. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get spellcasting up to 4. And then, let's see, get this up to 4, I think? Or should we save up for that? I also, it's weird enough, okay. You're not supposed to, but troll mage with cyberware. Let me know what you all think. I'll pump up this for now. So we'll at least be decent in both hand to hand. Yes, Harlequin. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite characters. Oh, what is this? A large X fashioned from overlapping strips of peeling duct tape. Okay. Oh, am I by myself? I think I am. Maximum law. Don't mess with the law. Bins of electronics crowd every dry patch of deck space on this terrestrial boat. A young man wearing bulky virtual reality goggles glances your way for a moment, then turns away in disdain. Who are you? Shop's closed. Get lost. Okay, yeah, that's going to be everyone's reaction at the moment. Let's just get that out of the way. Yeah, basically everyone will essentially be like, get out of here. We don't want to talk to you. Alright. Kang Cheng watches you closely as you walk across the Mahjong parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the Triad's boss's ear. Cheng smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. So, hey, I made some people mods. So, I think Will, David, and Geekette. If you want to, I don't know if there's a way you can, like, I think you can right click and just say ban. Or something like that. So. Yay! Good job. Anyways. I heard from Bao. He got my message very clearly. But he also said there was bloodshed, and I specifically told you to let them live. Her button eyes are like tiny lumps of coal. I'm disappointed. Yeah. We tried our best. Couldn't be helped. We were defending ourselves. You screwed up, plain and simple. Kindly begin stacking mahjong tiles. Nonetheless, I expected you to be a bit sloppy. It's partly why I sent you. What? Part of the message was on that stick. And part was the messenger, as she eyes you closely. Bao didn't rate sending real Shadowrunners to deal with him. Your sloppy handling the job helped to prove my point. So, good to be of service. Kang Cheng stares at you for a moment, reviewing your tone. My message was delivered, and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with lacquered fingernail. The order has been sent. Congratulations, you are now sinless shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. Well, I guess that's done. Yeah, I guess so, but I'm not. Wolf pulls himself up to his full height. Come on, you saw what happened when you messed with her. Whoever gave the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities, and took Raymond. Wu sits his jaw firm. That's all I can think about. Finding out who did this. Finding Ray. Kang Cheng holds up a hand. While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond Black's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes the room carefully and leans in. I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners, and it would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I do nothing. She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The Triad boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on its upside-down interface. She finds it and looks up at you again. I have news to share with you, my darlings. The kind you won't like. Raymond Black is dead. She taps the button and a recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen behind a reporter standing on the docks in Victoria Harbor. It's a picture you've seen before, a professional portrait taken for a press release about a youth center he was opening in the Redmond Barrens. Under the Raymond's photo are the words, Seattle man killed. Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer and industrial engineer were apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest at Victoria Harbor last night. HKPA police report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated that due to this shooting's proximity to last night's shootout with the White Star, the investigation must remain confidential and no other details are being revealed at this time. Kang Cheng taps the button again and the video closes. Well, isn't this timely? Wu puts his hands to his face. This just keeps getting worse. You're right, Auntie. That was news I did not like. Raymond's dead. Wu puts his hand over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment looks as if he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls back her hand. Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one, but sorry. Raymond dies the same night we're ambushed. That's no coincidence. No fucking way. Kindly taps the video close. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. This is security footage from Victoria Harbor from last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction. Hydrate? Yeah, I'm hydrating with the beer I'm still drinking from the nonsense from freaking Castlevania. There's yeah, you can watch on the VOD earlier, there was a contradiction in Castlevania that made me most cross and most distressed. Anyways, a contradiction here. The PDA shows silent, grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop flanked by 2 guards. He's looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. The footage continues and the camera displays several black-clad figures entering its field of view from different angles, guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by 2 more. Raymond stands to face him and the camera gets a clear view of the suit's face. White, plastic. His guards turn to draw weapons and muzzle flashes erupt from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down and his submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. Wu puts his hands on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops, and Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. What's with that guy's face? Gobbett reaches up to stroke the rat perched on her shoulder. Is that a mask? It doesn't look like a mask. It looks like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant. Real craftsmanship. She pushes out her lower lip in appreciation. Quite the fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in the crowd. This guy is either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. Either way, I'm going to find him. Kindly Chang watches Wu intently. I believe you. So what now? We find the plastic-faced man and drag him somewhere private. Make him dig his own hole, then we fill it. Chang's eyes sparkle. I like the way you think. That's exactly what I would do. But how? I'm afraid there are some facts that you are going to have to face. She puts on a great face. You are alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from the police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive? Kindly wipes her hand across the stack of tiles, spraying the ivory colored pieces across the table. You've had a very long night, my sweets. Very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Right now, I promise you safety in my town for the night. We'll talk about the plastic-faced man tomorrow. Kindly gestures to Gobbett and Isabel. Ladies, go find our new friends a place to bed down in that rat's nest squat boat you call home. We'll all talk after you've slept. Figure out our next steps together. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Sure. Can I ask a question, Auntie? No questions, my darling. Sleep. I'll figure out what to do with you in the morning. Let's go, Pod. I'm beat to hell. Alright, well, I think we do have to go to our boat. I don't think anyone's still going to talk to us. We'll see. Shop's closed. Yeah, we gotta go to sleep. Okay. And this is basically our base of operations. The original name has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold brush strokes and breed bolt hole. You two can bunk here for a while. She nods with her nose towards the hatch. You each got ahead to take care of your necessaries. Try to knock before you enter someone else's, okay? Seriously. I know the drill. Stinks of fish, just like that place we squatted out on Larry Avenue back when we were kids. The one with that Atzlin family and their dog. I remember it being a dump. I don't know. They managed to make that place pretty comfortable for a while. till the 162s decided that they wanted it. It's too bad. They were good people. Nobody should go out that way. Stretches his spine, pops like a handful of firecrackers. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. Drops his arms. This has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. Or returns to you, raises an eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? Yeah, let's go get some questions asked. Is it just you and Isabel living here? Yeah. Gobbet's mouth screws up a bit. Now that Nightjar and Gutshot are gone, it's just us. Squeal of metal grinding on metal rips through the throat. Sounds like it's coming from the level below. And the creepy Russian guy renting the engine room downstairs. Nothing to worry about. He mostly keeps to himself. She checks her PDA. He'll stop soon. He's usually quiet by now. Is there a place for my stuff? Yeah, check the locker over there. You can stash your stuff in it. No one will touch your things in there, and it's a lot bigger than it looks. AKA infinite storage. How'd you get your hands on this place? How do people like us get our hands on anything? We found it. You found it empty? He switches his eyes across the cabin. The doubt is plain on his face. Somebody abandoned a prime piece of real estate like this? She shrugs. Close enough. It was full of BTL junkies when we came across it. They're completely wigged out on some multiplayer cyber game. I'm not sure they ever chipped out of it. They were completely emaciated, stewing in piles of their own shit. Their eyes had sunk into their skulls. Pretty gruesome stuff. BTL stands for better than life. They racked up a killer score, though. True, they had the moves. Should have hung an IV while they were playing, though. Turns out, nutrition is important. So what happened? They die? She shrugs. Nightjar ran him out. Not sure what happened to them after that. Anyway, it's ours now. Honey Cheng says so. All but the engine room, you mean? Right. Everything but that. Auntie rented it out from under us. That must have pissed you off. She shrugs. Whatever, we weren't using it. As long as our downstairs neighbor keeps to himself, he can have the lower level, especially if it keeps Auntie Cheng happy. Think I'll have a look around. Okay, but get some sleep soon. You look like you could use it. We'll go see Kindly in the morning, figure out our next move. So everyone kind of goes to their own places and stuff like that. Let's see. Hey, Pod, I got some things I gotta take care of here. Let's talk later. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna just say essentially that. Come back later, Sling, yeah. Hey, Seattle. I'm not really in the mood to hang out right now. Heavy stuff going down, you know? That'll be fine, but for the time being, I'd rather be alone. We'll talk later, though. They have some calibrations to do, yeah. I don't think I can go downstairs yet. Yeah, I gotta wait to go down. Another part of the boat will open up at some point. Alright, let's, that's our locker if we need to stash anything, but yeah. Okay. The cot in your cabin is neatly made with crisp-looking sheets and insulated plastic blanket. Fine layer of dust coats the surface. It's been a long time since anyone slept here. Let's go to sleep. You climb into the cot and worm your way under the sheets. They've been starched stiff as boards, but you've slept beneath worse. Lice and bedbugs that plagued your old prison cell are mercilessly absent here. The salt air is fresher than the rancid stink of the Redmond Barrens. The moment your head hits the pillow, exhaustion sets in. You can barely keep your eyes open. Sleep washes over you like a warm bath, and everything goes black. Raymond black. Hello, Lady of Pain. From Sigil. Why did you come from Planescape over here, buddy? Oh dear. Well, I guess that's one way to do a crossover. The dream is suffocating. The shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of dark majesty, the shadowy doorway, and the teeth. They snap at your heels as you claw your way back into consciousness. You open your eyes to Duncan looming over you. He shakes your shoulder roughly. Pod, come on, Pod, wake up. We gotta go talk to Kindly. The others already left. That was one rough night. He lets go of your shoulder, cocks his thumb at the hatch. We gotta go. I've been trying to wake you for a while now. You're thrashing around in your sleep. Thank you, kitty. Glad you did. I was having one hell of a nightmare. He reaches up and rubs the back of his neck. Yeah, I didn't sleep well either. I had a bad dream last night, too. What about? He shrugs. I never remember my dreams all that well. It was probably motion sickness. Not used to sleeping on a boat. Woke up a little while ago and hit the head. Then I came back and woke you. You doing okay? I'll survive. His fingers hit a knot. He winces. But man, nothing's gone right since we've set foot in this country. I'll tell you something though. And this is after a full night's sleep. I don't believe Ray's dead. What makes you say that? Think about it. That statement from the cops in the newscast could be fake. Ours was, and that surveillance footage, we never saw Raymond get shot. The camera was hit by stray gunfire. His passion is intense but contained. Focus. Raymond's alive, Pod. I know it. I mean, like in everything, if you don't see a corpse, hey, they could be like, no, he's dead. But anyways, you know what? Let's stay on Duncan's good side. So what do you want to do now? I don't know. Wait for Lee to turn up, I guess. He smiles. His teeth are white and straight and perfect. I'm just the muscle, remember? You're the brains of this outfit, just like when we were kids. God, I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on a stinking trawler. My partner's gone, Raymond's gone. Hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. And now I can't even go to sleep and hide from it all without having a nightmare. His jaw tightens, his teeth grind so loud you can hear it. What else is going to be taken away from me? Nothing. It's time for us to turn the tables. Do some taking of our own. Whose head cocks like he's got the scent of something. I heard that tone before. What are you talking about, Pod? Don't be dense, Duncan. That old woman is setting us up. Yeah, it feels that way to me too. But setting us up for what? What are you thinking? I'm thinking we just started our new career. What the hell are you talking about? Wu stops. He closes his mouth and starts singing at the dots. Shadowrunners. Oh man, I have to think about this. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be a cop. And I want a pony. A big pony. Pony that I can ride without crushing it. But we play the cards that we're dealt. He drops his hands to his hips and takes a couple deep breaths. That's right, that's right. It's like Ray always said. Shut up and let Todd do the talk. Yeah, we'll do the laugh. We'll be. Shut up, Duncan, and let Pa do the talking. I don't remember Raymond saying that. He said it under his breath a lot. Don't mess with me, man. I know you know I've got anger management issues. Got it in Lisbon left a while ago. We should get going too. See what that triad lady has to say. Alright. Oh yeah, it's over here. I thought I saw someone tied up there or something. Kindly's place reeks of stale cigar smoke and fresh urine. The clicking of mahjong tiles is strangely absent, and displaces a low murmur of laughter and an air of eager anticipation. All eyes are focused on the groaning figure kneeling, bloody and bound at the feet of kindly Shang. She beckons to him with her finger, and he struggles towards her, the loud rustling of plastic tarp crackling under his knees as he moves. Oh, we know what that means. Oh, I'm standing on the tarp, too. His pants are wet with fear. An acetylene torch lies on the table at Chang's right hand. Apparently Chang ignores the scene. She behaves as if all is right in the world. How did you sleep, my little ones? Fine, thanks. What's with the guy on the floor? She indicates the kneeling man with an incline of her nose. Shipbird here is a plainclothes cop. He snuck into the area last night while you were sleeping, hoping to find you and kill you before his competition got to you first. My men found him outside the trolley you were sleeping on. They saw to it that your rest was undisturbed and your location remained a mystery. Starve is never a good thing, yeah. At least for someone. She nods her head towards the pillar of meat standing behind her. You can thank Mr. Bow for that. Not it, Strangler Bow. Bow inclines his head 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. She addresses the layman on his knees. Now, Shipbird, tell my friends here what you told me. I don't know anything, I swear. We just got the orders in last night. He pushes his head towards you and Wu from the floor, struggling to keep his balance. Somebody high up wants these two dead. The whole apartment is in on it. I don't know anything else. Someone from high up. The old woman lifts her foot, taps his chin with the toe of her shoe. How high? The cop looks up at her, looks around at the room filled with triad soldiers. One of them opens his coat and shows the cop something inside. He closes it slowly and winks. The cop drops his head to the chest. All the way up. It's someone on the council. Someone on the executive council wants these two dead. Chink spits on him with a sneer. Fuck your ancestors to the 18th generation. Give me the truth. That is a curse. I need to do that. I need to save that for someone I really hate. Like, what the? No, fuck you and your ancestors all the way back to the 18th generation. Puh. The cop wears the spittle. He never lifts his head. It's the truth, madam. I swear. Whoever it was labeled them as terrorists. We're to terminate with extreme prejudice. Kindly Ching shuffles closer to the kneeling cop, reaches down and strokes his head with her hand. Then she clearly digs her fingers into his scalp. She pulls back hard until his chin points high. The triad boss leans in close and searches his eyes with her own. That's all he's got. She lets go of his head and smooths his buzz-cut hair with her hand. For whatever reason, last night someone on the Executive Council of the Free Enterprise Zone ordered the Hong Kong police force to kill 2 nobodies from Seattle. I find that fascinating. Don't you? I call that some messed up shit. Seattle isn't like Hong Kong. There the megacorps control the government. Here, the corps are the government. The exec council is chosen by the corporate board of governors. They're basically the legislative and executive branches of the Hong Kong government in one tiny package. 8 people call all the shots. Neat and efficient. Kindly Chang steps back from the cop and lights one of her thin black cigars. For the wage slaves and the civilian sheep, the corporations are the pantheon of gods who wield absolute power. She looks around the room. But not for us. The triad woman takes a long pull from her cigar and taps her ash on the kneeling cop's head. Who else knows about my guest's visit to Hoy, shitbird? No one, madam. I hadn't called it in yet. I wanted to kill for myself. No one knows they're here. I swear it. She turns to her enforcer. Mr. Bao? Bao fills with the PDA in his meaty hands. He's telling the truth. No outgoing calls in his PDA. Very good. Thank you, Bao. She nods at the cop. Thank you for your honesty. In one smooth motion, Strangler Bao. Yup. Who did not see that coming? Surprise! It's like on one hand, if you said, yeah, everyone knows, then you get killed for being a narc. On the other hand, it's like, no one knows I'm here. Well, no one knows that you're dead here then. We all know the rule indeed. In one smooth motion, Strangler Bow produces a silenced pistol, fires it once into the policeman's head, and replaces it in his jacket. His face never changes its expression. Whenever I read something like that in one smooth motion, it's like. I don't know how to do it. Or wait, no, because left-handed. Yeah, like. Okay. Looks like the triads can be just as efficient. Chang takes a drag on her cigar. Yes, my darling. She balances her cigar in her shot glass, picks up some mahjong tiles, and begins playing with them absently. It's clear our friend Raymond Black was up to something involving the walled city, something having to do with prosperity, and its executive council member wanted Raymond dead for it. She stacks her tiles one by one. Clickety-clackety. And now they want you dead for it, too. Click. This plastic-faced man may show up on your door one day, too. She knocks the pile over and it clatters to the table loudly. I have a proposal for you, my sweets. A smile lights up her dead black eyes. Work for me. With Nightjar and Gutshot dead, I find myself with 2 job openings. Fill them. I have need of deniable assets here. Players unaffiliated with the Triads who can take care of some of the more unsavory business needs about town. You've proven yourselves resourceful, and you have no existing connections here. That can be a positive in this line of work. See, Duncan, I knew it. She wants us to become Shadowrunners. Yep, you saw that coming. In exchange, I will keep you safe from pests like this one. She nods at the body on the floor. The pool of blood on the plastic rat continues to widen. You'll have safe harbor here in my town, and a steady source of income. She picks up a handful of tiles again. And while you dip your toe into the waters of corporate espionage, organized crime, and clandestine missionary actions, I will employ my network to find the plastic-faced man and gather information about Raymond Black. Where he's been, who he's talked to, his to the game doing his death, and what this prosperity could be. What's in it for you? Besides the money and the benefits of helping others in my community, I need to learn who killed one of my clients and order the cops to execute my team of Shadowrunners. Her voice drops and becomes deadly serious. This is a brazen disregard of my power. Face dictates must be confronted or I stand to lose everything. How would the arrangement work? I find the right jobs for people with your talents. You do what our clients cannot do for themselves. I take a finder's fee and a small percentage of your earnings. You make a lot of million very quickly. It's all very civilized. She leans in. Work with me. Allow me to help you make money. Let my work for you, and help you find out what you've gotten yourselves into. Without my help, you won't last a day out there. You're completely out of your depth, I'm afraid. You need a partner. Kindly Cheng would be your partner. His hands go to his hips. He drops his head and shakes a little, amused. It was just like you said, Pod. Shadowrunners. Glad I had some time to think about it. Process. He grips the back of his neck, squeezes hard, rips his hand away. Ah, fuck it. I'm not a cop anymore. That guy's dead. He nods. So the decision's made. I'm in. What about you? I'm in too. Didn't have anything back home anyway. He looks at you and lets out a chuckle. Yeah, you might want to ask yourself why someday. Okay, I'm in, but this is a temporary situation for me. Raymond is alive, I'm sure of it. So I'll run the shadows as long as Ani Cheng keeps up her end of the bargain, helps us figure out what really happened to him. Then I'm going to find my father. Then it's done. Hoi is now open to you. She gestures to her lieutenant, who raises a finger to her ear and whispers into her sleeve. Doop-doop. First order of business. Slain here already has a chosen street name. She turns her attention to Wu, but Duncan Wu doesn't exist anymore. You'll need one too. Wu sighs. Okay, I'll think of something. Covet rubs her cheek against her rats, a glint in her eye. I think we've already got you covered, Gun Show. She turns to Isabel. Fits, doesn't it? Indeed. I knew that was going to stick. It has stuck. Gobbet, Isabel, we'll handle this the same way we do with all your previous work. She didn't say Nightjar. All the jobs I left for you will be sent to your computer on the squat boat. She's pointing at you. Sure, you know what? Yeah, I got it. I got the highest charisma, technically. Why him? It's a simple process of elimination. She points to the little Decker. Isabel's in the later type. You got that right. She moves her finger to the orc girl. As for Gobbet, let's just say Gobbet doesn't have a head for business. Not my thing. Then she rests her finger on Wu. And then there's Gunshow. The jury's out on Mr. Gunshow. Meaning, her response is direct, straightforward. Meaning there's a lot going on within that head of yours right now, and I'm not sure that I can trust you. So I'm in charge because I'm the best of the worst. Oh, my sweet, don't put it that way. You're the most equipped for the role. She's making sense. You're the right person for this pod. Pod Wick doesn't exist anymore. Okay then. Okay then. I guess I'm running the show. Wu shakes his head, eyebrows raised. Gonna be weird calling you Slain again. Haven't called you that since we were kids. Gabba looks from Isabel to Wu to you. Guess this is our new crew. The rat on her shoulder scurries to the top of her head for a better view. Welcome to the Shadows, Slain. So, our people can now level up. So they have 6 general levels. So these are the stats that they're going to get. So got a little bit of various things. And now for Gobbet, we can either increase her ability in ranged combat, basically increasing her combat skill in SMG by 1, so making her a lot more accurate with guns, or spirit control. Spirits will never break away in the first 2 rounds after summoning them. I don't know how much I'm going to be using her, and I don't typically like spirits anyways, so let's just get gun set up here. Alright, so now we have Duncan, so he got some more health and all that sort of stuff. So, Lethal Force, he gains an assault rifle ability that fires a single shot of incendiary ammo, does an additional 2 damage, and pierces up to 2 armor. Or, Crowd Control, gains a rifle ability that does 2 AP damage and imbalances target, makes them easier to hit on subsequent rounds. This ability cannot do critical damage. It costs 1 AP, it's a cooldown 2. The more things that you can do to eliminate people's action points, the better, in my opinion, because he's already got a lot of damage anyways. It's not going to be too hard as far as that goes, but AP damage, it's harder to come by, especially with our current setup. So, we have Isabel. Didn't gain much, unfortunately. She levels up kind of slowly, if I remember correctly. So either we do Espionage, gains the Tar Blaster 1.0, basically making enemies stick in place, or the Sabotage, it can now fire remote mines, which can be triggered to detonate at will. I don't like mines, I always forget about them, so Tar Blaster is better, especially with those, if I accidentally trigger a trace, I can stick it to something and then disappear before it can find me again. Yep, all done. Did I get any more karma? No, I did not. Alright, let's go. And now the city is open to us. Yeah, I already did that. So, we'll talk around the city, meet our merchants, and try to upgrade some of the stuff we have. Reliable Matthew. Smooth jazz drifts from cheap speakers on this barge. A wide array of worn-down drones litter the battered deck. Most are utility and domestic types, a few, according to Doffer and the others, are low-end security models. The salesman smiles indulgently at you. A tall, lanky human of clear Cantonese ancestry. He's wearing a cheap suit and limply clutching a smelly cigarillo. He adjusts his tie with exaggerated nonchalance, languid, ostentatious, like an American casino promoter. Hey there, beautiful. Welcome to our little floating heaven. You've got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthew's Robot Bazaar? He taps Ash over a bulky, clean drone beside him. Not waiting for an answer, he continues. Perhaps you're looking for a hexacopter as a guide to Hong Kong, or a little handheld tarantula beauty to brew your tea. Excuse me. You're reliable Matthew. That's right, reliable Matthew Shum at your service. He extends his hand to shake. The odors of peach-scented moisturizer and stale tobacco smoke wash over you. How about it? Yeah, let's shake hands. Pleasure to meet you, reliable Matthew. Always, always. Welcome to our little patch of peace in the river. I think you'll really love Hawaii. It's just a fantastic place. Now that we're acquainted, maybe I can brighten up your day a bit. What's on your robot list, friend? Are you calling me beautiful? You know I'm beautiful. I hope I don't offend. I just can't help it. To me, everybody's beautiful, baby. Right back at you, beautiful. Oh, a man after my own heart. I'll go now. You take care now. I still go now. Alright. So that's if you are a rigger, you can get your drones there. And if anyone's watched Cowboy Bebop, this will seem familiar, if I'm thinking of this thing correctly. As you approach the small landing, you see three men, two elders and a younger man, hunched over a go-board. The juxtaposition of two white-haired, white-bearded men and the black-haired man is almost comical. Together, the three resemble small black and white stones of their game. Despite the variant of ambient distractions, the three men remain acutely focused on the game. One of the elders, a round-faced man with a beatific smile, carefully picks up the black stone and places it on the board. His opponent snorts, and a small smile flashes across his long face. Almost carelessly, he snatches the white stone and deposits it on the board. The smiling man groans, and the long-faced one proceeds to collect several black pieces off the board. You got me there, Jin. He laughs. He laughs, a pleasant, full sound, As it trails off, he spots you watching the game. A broad smile brightens his cheeks. Why, hello there, young man. Something you need? Jin. The long-faced man gives you a cursory look and continues to collect black stones. Just a gawk or shoe. It's your turn. Name Slain. Got a second answer, a question or two? Shu nods. I could use a short break. How about you, Jin? Jin sighs, shoulders slumping forward. After a moment of scowling, he reluctantly speaks. Fine. A short break. The two elders turn towards the younger man. Excuse me. He looks to be in his early 30s, but it's difficult to tell. The skin on his face is smooth and supple, with only the suggestion of creases at the eye, mouth, and forehead. But small gestures, a blink, a flare of his nostrils, briefly reveal the lines on his face. The man's eyes rise from the grill board and study the elders. He nods. I've been hearing about strange dreams here in Hawaii. Have you had any nightmares lately? Three men exchange looks. Shu turns to you. What a coincidence. It wasn't but an hour ago that we were all discussing that very thing. We have been having bad dreams. Every one of us. I've had them myself. We should compare notes. What'd you dream about? Is that right? Jin leans and stares at you. Can't say uncomfortable with giving a stranger details about my dreams. Don't mind him. He's always been a poor sport. But he raises a good point. Some of our dreams contain information best left private, just as yours do, I'm sure. Having just met, how can we be sure that you'll respect our personal information? I'll tell you. The younger man's voice cuts through the din like a razor, and the elders fall silent. He turns to you and he locks his eyes. Dark orbs that burn with piercing scrutiny onto yours. He nods and returns his gaze to the go board. I believe you're trustworthy. Please, Slain, make yourself comfortable. I'll share my dream with you. Whenever you're ready. He exhales slowly, then begins speaking. I dreamed of a long, dingy hall. When faced with such a thing, one generally walks its length, so I lifted my right foot and placed it in front of me. But upon taking that first step, I found myself instead drawn down an alleyway to my left. It wasn't there before, this alley. It appeared only as I began to walk. As I moved down the alley, I found myself surrounded by friends and loved ones. They all stood there, silently watching me with smiles on their faces. As I passed each one of them, they fell to the ground in my wake, dropping like puppets with severed strings. Somehow, I knew that if I followed the road to the end, I could have everything I'd ever dreamed of. but I woke before I could reach it. There's a moment of silence before Shu speaks up, the rosiness in his cheeks having drained away. I too saw the long hall. My own experience was different, however. The hall was far off in the distance, and I was looking down on it from a strange angle, as though I was perched on a wall high above. Pauses and looks at you. You know, young man, Slane, you look very much like the person I saw walking down that hall. He moved steadily down the path, walking at an even pace, and just behind him, a great and terrible shadow followed. Of course, I didn't have the best view up there on that wall, or wherever I was. It could have been anyone. Perhaps this old mind of mine is seeing your face now and misremembering the dream. Alright, Jin, go ahead. I've changed my mind. I don't want to share my dream. Nonsense! Master Lau and I have both told him our dreams. Now it's your turn. Jin sticks out his lower lip. No! No!
Megan, get your jacket.
No! Don't want my jacket.
Megan, get your jacket.
Anyways. Keen Peel skit. Anyways,
I think I've heard.
oh no.
It's fine. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
He holds his pan on towards you and looks at Shu. See? Straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have to. Jin. That was forward. This is more but soft. This is important. Jin's mouth opens and closes like a gasping fish. As he looks at Lau, his body relaxes and the sadness takes hold of his features. Alright. But don't you go repeating any of this, you hear me? He takes in a deep breath and slowly releases it. Folds his hands in his lap. My dream began as a nightmare. I dreamed of the failures and mistakes I had made throughout my life. People I've let down, the competitors I've crushed, the wife who died in hospice without me. I dreamed of the family that I abandoned. A change comes over him. His eyes brighten and continues energetically. But then... Excuse me, I am sorry. I dreamed of the walled city. I stood before it and its door opened to me, and when I passed inside, all my guilt fell away. It's as though the city had absolved me and had washed away my guilt. I remember feeling happy. As his remembrance ends, so does his lightened mood. His face shrinks into a pout and he stares grumpily at the ground. There, I did it. You happy? Lau nods slowly. Thank you, Jin.
You have my thanks too.
Yeah. Can we change the subject? My ulcer's acting up.
I'm guessing you've been around these parts longer than I have. Is this sort of thing normal?
If it were normal, we wouldn't be huddled around discussing them in whispers now, would we? Enough of that, Jin. Slane here asked in earnest for our advice. He deserves a proper response. Please forgive our friend. Better years have left him suspicious of others. The answer to your question is no. Upsetting dreams have never been uncommon in Hoi, but these recent visitations have been different. They've been darker, more vivid, stronger than normal dreams. Last night I felt consumed by the sense that something was coming. While my friends here felt a sense of relief and excitement as their dreams ended, I felt as though I was sitting on the precipice of some vast and terrible chasm, with the void yawning beneath my feet. Suddenly his cheeks flush. He thinks twice and looks away. But perhaps these are just the ramblings of an old man. Please forgive me. He scratches his nose, embarrassed. You speak wisely, Shu. It is foolish to embrace the thing that you do not understand. What Jin and I saw in our dreams was alluring, but so is light to a moth. Your instincts are still strong and sharp, my old friend. It is wise of you to trust them. Shu bows deeply, his eyes to the ground. Thank you. I can only hope these dreams do lead to something beautiful. There's already enough deception in this world. Deception? Murder in Hong Kong? Cue the board game! Excuse me, sorry. Anyways, can we get back to the game now?
Looks like break's over.
Seems that way. Stop by again sometime soon, Slane.
Thanks. Good luck with your game.
And good luck to Molly. Hello. With your adventurer scarf. Appreciate it, young man. We'll be seeing you. Okay, Molly, thank you. I'll catch you later, I guess. She just came in, knocked over my mouse, and left. That's Molly. Let's see. So I don't know if there's anything else further down here. Okay, no. In that smuggle that was there is a one-time deal to help you get any stuff that you needed. He's gone for the rest of the game now. I think there's more stuff up there, but we'll talk with Maximum Law. What a name. Overhead, a gigantic hollow sign shines like a searchlight, screaming its message to the dim light. It hums and flickers, sputtering like an old engine. Fierce electrical crackles sporadically burst out of the sign's emitter, stabbing your eyes and filling your ears with static. Under the baleful glare of the sign, the rusty mini-barge's deck is stacked with electronics. Dilapidated stereos share space with crisply boxed servers. Ranks of discs and memory chips fill display cases, padlocked under plexiglass. Excuse me? One second. Sorry, I just had to close the tab here. Alright. The short human in his late 20s stands in the middle, hands on his hips, talking loudly into the air. Bulky virtual reality. Oh, wait, no, this is new. Bulky virtual reality goggles cover his eyes. A data jack cable runs from his temple, down his same t-shirt, to a boatload of clearly home-built computer hardware. No, I'm telling you, nobody uses KM3s. Like, nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Dunning says. If Shirwasi SRP uses KM3s, they're stupid. Hey, flesh is rolling up. Gotta go. He turns to face you, goggles, blank and enigmatic, blinking with tiny lights and wrapped in duct tape. He points at your PDA. I ripped that TDA. You work for Kindly. His lips work impatiently. Yo, what you want?
You provided this PDA. Tell me about it.
It was a Fuji Azura Star 3. They use a Scarab chip, which is good, but the motherboard is wet noodles and sprouts. I pulled out the trackers and installed encryption. Now it runs on Wampoa Virtual Network. The corpse and cops can't track it.
Nice work.
And it's what we do. This is Law's Technology Palace, satellite territory of Wampoa. You step on the boat, you're in a sovereign state. I represent Wampoa here. I'm Maximum Law.
Dun dun dun.
The Maximum Law, yo. Bah. Anyways. You got a tech problem? Boom, I solve it. You need software? Boom, done. But don't waste my time. So, you got any business in Wampoa right now? If not, keep moving. Alright,
Found this while poking around in the walled city. Worth anything.
he scans the chip's casing with a handheld optical reader. Yo, that shit is banned! Lifted off some Yellow Lotus? They traffic this stuff. Delimited sim chips, full sensory experiences. You looking for a buyer? I can make it happen! How's 120 sound?
Sure, take it. I hope it finds a good home.
Yeah, I'll sample it first. But these Cal Hots can send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle myself.
Why are you wearing VR goggles?
It's not VR, it's augmented reality. We're pioneering it. Little cameras, matrix overlay. I can support a 3-dimensional HUD and sub-windows with live multiple feeds. I've got a command shell open right now. I'm networked with 5 guys. Law taps his goggles. Wave of the future.
Wave of the future, huh? Future where you can't look anyone in the eye and you resemble a B-grade sci-fi character.
Or actually, no.
Techie's trying to proxy for astral perception with gadgets? Cute.
Don't give me that woo-woo villain chaser bullshit. All that astral stuff, it doesn't do anything tech can't do better. Ultimately. It's just a shortcut. Law says it with supreme confidence, a statement of perfect fact. He hooks his thumbs in his bulky electronics belt. Boom!
Looks like you've got some dangerously exposed wires over there.
Yo, what are you, my mother? Those wires are fine where they are, high and dry. There ain't a problem for someone who does something stupid. I'm running a high bandwidth operation. Do I look like I have time to tape copper and sip tea? No, I don't. While wrapping his knuckles fiercely on a clear top case of buses, cables, and cable harnesses. These are the only wires you need to think about.
This is an amazingly ostentatious hollow sign you got.
Yo! Maximum Law looks up at the gigantic blue-white letters with deep satisfaction. It's pretty boss.
Yeah, pretty boss.
Damn right! Vit gives you a virile nod. You're a man who appreciates the good stuff. I like that. Half of Hawaii gets its juice from a private tap on a big Mitsuhama DC cable into the river. Mitsuhama's like... His voice winds up in a mocking line.
Oh, less than 2 million boats from the cold fusion plant to the island under the river. Those slum monkeys can't tap an underwater cable.
Idiots. You know who built the tap that pulls electricity off that cable? Wampoa. You know whose barge holds the transformer? Mine. Cheap power for all and a whole lot of extra for me. Behold the lighthouse of boom! Yeah, let's see the tag. Yeah, nothing I can use at all. Better armor, though. I think there's other armor I can get, though. Boom! Another problem solved by Law's Technology Palace. See you later, Law. Yeah, whatever. Boom! Alright. Yeah, I like Law, too. He's kind of fun. I think my shop, for specifically my kind of thing, is over here. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Spider Shen. Despite the wind and rain pelting Hoi, the proprietor of the stall, a monk, judging by their outfit, is unconcerned. The monk's expression is indifferent, though hardly placid or serene. Muscles show as tightly wound metal bands beneath the skin, ready to snap in any direction without warning. What's more, the monk's robes are anything but ordinary. Certainly, silk makes up the base outfit, but it's paired with high-impact ballistic armor, heavy-duty boots, and a bandolier of throwing knives. The table in front of you is arrayed with a wide variety of melee weapons, charms, jade, pendants, and other mystical accoutrements. Beneath an awning in the rear are rows upon rows of cages, each housing some variety of exotic reptile or insect. These, in turn, are flanked by jars and boxes of Chinese herbs, incense, powders, and inks. The monk spares you only the shortest of glances as you approach. Hello. I am Monk Shen. Most people in Hoi call me Spider Shen, on account of the spiders back there. You are not local. Not by a long shot.
You got a problem with that?
Why would I? I am here to sell. You seem like you're here to buy. That is business. You want to kill somebody? These will make it happen. Swords, knives, clubs. I sell it all. I make most of these, but if I can't, I've got friends who can. If you need incense or salves for meditation, I make and sell those too. And if your joint's ache, I can give you acupuncture. Shen places both palms on the table, leaning over it towards you with a wicked grin. So, what can I show you?
You sell the snakes and spiders too.
Shen shakes her fingers. No. They're mine. I can tell you the things I craft with my hands, the things I can do. But the medicines and poisons I make are my secret. You want those, you apprentice to me. In 5 years, maybe I show you how to make a poultice, eh?
They're that secret?
Of course they're secret. These are what set me apart from the rest of the street dealers in Hawaii. You want cram or bliss? Any two-bit triad pump can make that for you. But I can realign your chi, set your yin and yang in balance, or set somebody else's out of balance, with a few drops. To master my skills, you need to learn for years. It's not just following a formula. You want to learn? You need patience. You try to learn without patience, all you do is ape the masters. She snaps 2 fingers and points to the cages. You have to understand them to truly learn my art. Otherwise, you'll never become a master. Might as well just get a skill soft.
You're a monk and a weapons dealer.
Shen slowly raised an eyebrow, arms folded. Yeah. Where else would the ancient masters have gotten their legendary swords and spears? Down at the mall. I was at Wudang Mountain for 15 years before coming back to Hong Kong. I've been practicing Jing Yi Quan my entire life. That's how I learned the herbs as well as the forms. It just so happens I'm good at the forge too. That's why what you buy here is better than most other people's.
What's Xing Yi Quan?
Shen strikes the sun pose, body low, one fist against a hip while the other is extended in an open palm. The 5-element fist style. Water grows wood, which burns to become fire. Fire creates ash and earth, which condenses into metal, etc. The forms cycle the 5 elements, and opposing elements block each other. A water fist will break a wooden defense, but a water block will extinguish fire. Should one use a water interception on a metal fist, however, water will be smashed apart. Direct, simple, powerful. Not so elegant as Beijing Quan or Tai Chi, but much more powerful. Shin pulls the tarp away from a nearby lump. The object between the beneath the tarp is revealed as the door to an Ares City Master armored personnel carrier. It's been caved inward by a massive amount of force, and in the dead center of the door is an indentation into which Shen's fist would fit perfectly. Power comes from focus, and focus comes from practice and meditation. Jing Yi Quan produces more power than most other forms of Kung Fu and applies it in a highly focused way.
Why are your weapons special?
Because I take greater care of them, and I've studied the ancient texts. Anyone can make an excellent carbide steel blade, but I can make that carbide blade burst into flames. I can make it sing in joy in combat. Anyone can make steel. Not anyone can awake its soul.
Can I see one of the blades you've awoken?
No, of course not. Swords like that have to be custom ordered. Only when someone cancels an order do I have one just laying around. And believe me, they get snatched up quick.
So, why become a weapons dealer out here?
I was a runaway, a street orphan in Aberdeen. One day an old man who called himself Wu offered to take me in, let me make something myself, as long as I worked hard. Nothing in this life is free, friend. Not even grandfather was help. So I work for him now.
Sounds like he was part of a triad.
Shen's eyes rolls at this. Obviously. You think I'm in Canley's little haven for no reason? She and grandfather Wu are in good terms. I don't get in her way, I pay a cut to her, and everybody's happy. Even well, because I solve problems for him. Show raises a ball fist, which suddenly bursts into blue flame. After a moment, it gutters and goes out. Remember that. If anyone gives you something for free, in Hawaii, you pay it back with money or blood, but you pay it back regardless.
I get the picture. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Let me take a look at what you got.
Yeah, so this is where we can do that. So, as much as I would love the katana and stuff like that, it does a damage of 4. Because I don't know if I want to go melee or if I want to go unarmed. Because I think unarmed definitely gets better if you go high in strength, but I don't think I want to buy anything right now. Yeah, I'll leave it. Alright, that's all for now. So I'll be back to buy more swords and upgrades like that. I thought there was a store. It might be here. Alright, Crafty Zhu. This is where I'll get spells. I think I want to get a couple of spells. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice upon entering the old shop. Its quarters are cramped, made smaller by the display cases, and furniture packed inside. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and table and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few tiles jump out at you. Lucid dreaming, an exploration of the inner self. Dream logic, nocturnal visitations. Overall, the place feels lived in, disorganized. Not quite cluttered, but close. Milling at the front of the store is the shopkeeper, lost in a book of her own. She's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. I mean, honestly, she looks almost bigger than that one guy who tried to step up to us in the walled city. Her physique is typical bookworm, not overweight, but you can't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing, you can't quite make it out. She fidgets. Gradually, her eyes rise from her book and lock onto you. Welcome. Don't believe I've seen you before. She sits down her book and swoops a hand of black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty.
Slane, nice to meet you.
She shakes your hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. So, Slane, what can I do for you? I've got spells, alchemical regents, Voki, whatever you want, really. Might have to do some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere.
Say, Crafty, have you had any vivid dreams lately? Noticed a lot of dream things that you're reading.
Her face is unreadable. Her eyes locked onto yours. As a matter of fact, I have, Slane. But we all get the occasional vivid dream. Nothing special there.
Really? Why are you reading up on them then?
Kitty. Sure, it's a little weird that we're having them, but these types of dreams are common in the walled city. Nothing to get all worked up about. Probably.
Strange. I met someone the other day who said that too.
Well, we got a cat now. Anyone who's familiar with the walled city would know that, but most people don't go out of their way to find out. My mother devoted her life to researching the walled city and the magical phenomena within it, so I grew up with stories about the city, the recurrent creeping dreams being one of them.
They're common then.
Common as the cold. My mother devoted her life to researching the walled city and the magical phenomena within it, so I grew up with stories about the city, the recurrent creepy dreams being one of them. I've never been inside the walled city myself, but Mom went in pretty regularly and experienced the dreams.
Where's your mother now?
Dead. Mom was interesting, but not praiseworthy.
What else you know about the walled city?
Very little, just that my mother spent most of her time in there and she shifts her weight, leans into the counter, and it messed her up. Is there something specific you want to know about?
What can you tell me about the city?
She runs a hand through her hair, exhales. Where to begin? The walled city's always been a hellhole. It started at a bad place. It's still a bad place. Crime's drawn to it like a magnet. You can't enter the city without a security guard in each elbow. But not even that will guarantee you safe passage. No one famous or rich or memorable has ever come from the place. And the only thing it's known for around here is its shitty reputation. And it's about the gist of it. Now there's a whole library here that just so happens to be the foremost location for walled city texts. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks. Do you want to? Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of expedition with this lady, I think.
I get the feeling that your relationship with your mother was unusual.
You better believe it. She was obsessed with the walled city. Put it before everyone else in her life. Mom ate, slept, and breathed that city.
Was something fueling her obsession?
Crafty shifts her gaze to a stack of books on a nearby table. Yeah, actually, Mom was convinced that something was wrong with that place, that it was cursed in some way. Polluted with unnaturally bad chi. She visited the city under protection of the Yellow Lotus and spent hours, sometimes days, studying it. Mother was consumed by her research.
Did she ever find anything?
She sure tried. Mom thought she could find a way to purify the place and exorcise its demons. Her obsession with the walled city grew, and she devoted more and more of her life to breaking its curse. Wish I could say she fell off the radar, but really, the rest of the world fell off of hers.
What a way to spend your childhood.
It is what it is, and here I am.
Sounds like you don't believe in your mother's research.
You can see Crafty studying you. She exhales through her nose as if she's considering something. I know we just met, Slane, but you have a generous ear. I don't mind discussing my mother with you as long as we can keep the details between us. Mother's research was stupid. Just plain stupid. She wasn't stupid herself, no. Mom was very bright, but her obsession was downright unhealthy. Anyone can see that. Walled City is a toxic place, home to dark spirits and astral influence, but Mom believed in a circular curse at the heart of the place.
When you say toxic, what do you mean?
My mother failed to change the Walled City, and the time she spent inside there changed her. She grew sickly and became moody, irritable. She suffered from night terrors the rest of her life. She sweeps a small clump of dust off a nearby book.
It must have been difficult to watch her decline like that.
She points a finger at you. It wasn't just that. The breaking point for me was her ridiculous obsession. I refused to indulge her, and it drove a wedge between us. Neither of us were willing to relent. I guess we had that in common. Stubborn till the end. So after Mom died, I turned my back on her work and let the walled city and its people to themselves. It's a toxic psych beyond rehabilitation. I do my best to ignore it. Her composure breaks for a second. You can see Crafty shit nervously behind the counter. At least I tried. Now that these dreams, these nightmares are leaking out of the walled city, I wonder if I can still ignore it.
We always have a choice.
You're right, but not everyone's choices are weighted evenly, and I just don't think I can turn a blind eye to what's happening here. I have my mother's journals. I have the means to try and help, and sure to dredge up bad memories, but if it'll help my friends, maybe it'll be worth it. I don't know. I guess I have a lot to think about. Anyways, thanks for lending me that ear of yours.
I've been thinking about the dreams. Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Why do you think they're affecting people outside the walled city?
It's definitely strange. Until now, I always thought dreams were nonsense. That my mother just had night terrors because of her madness. But now it's really happening. Not just to me. Excuse me. To others around Hoy. Those same psychic forces that drove Mom insane are edging into our subconscious. Lately I've been wondering if might have been something to her ravings. Maybe. I've been skeptical for it so long, it feels almost blasphemous to consider it. Maybe the Wall City's curse is real. I just don't know.
Of all the people here, you have the greatest advantage when it comes to investigating these dreams.
That's true, but my mother's notes are scattered all over the shop. Most of her research is scrawled in on the margins of books that you see on the shelves and piles and stacks all over. The clues we need to figure out that could be in any of these volumes, and there are thousands of them.
I have a bad feeling about these dreams, Crafty. If there's anything we can do to get to the bottom of them, we need to take that opportunity.
Would I say that, though? I should also mention, there are multiple endings to this game. And following Crafty's plotline is a way to get one of them. But it is a long plotline. I don't know if I want to do that. Well, at least I'll get it started. Okay.
This isn't just about you or your mom. This is about everyone who's having these dreams, and you could help them all.
She sighs and straightens up. Yeah, I know what I have to do. It's just, damn, look at them all. I guess I won't be finishing this one anytime soon. Alright, Slane, I'm gonna get started. Now. But it'll take time. The House of Five Phases is jammed from floor to ceiling with books, and any one of them could hold valuable information. Check in once in a while and I'll share my findings with you.
You're doing the right thing. I'll do what I can, too.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Tell me about yourself, Crafty.
I'm not sure where to start. What do you want to know?
Your mother sounds like quite the mage. Did you study magic, too?
I sure did. Natural predisposition. Or whatever. But Mom and I learned the craft differently. I went to a university and she was book taught. Mom was very old school. Her magic wasn't applicable to everyday situations, and it was rooted in superstitions. It still worked, and well, but only for more ritualistic, ancient spells. Practical spells like rain shields and bottomless trash cans were outside her repertoire.
What do you do when you're not at work?
I've been pretty crunched here at the shop, so I don't have a lot of time outside of work, but when I'm off the clock, I like to read and paint, maybe kick back and enjoy a meal with my friends. My buddy Gobbet sometimes stops by with food. No drag racing or anything. Pretty boring.
I know a Gobbet. Wonder if they're the same person.
You know a lot of Gobbets? I'm sure they're one and the same. She's a good person. We're not real close, but we have a pleasant relationship. Chatting over french fries, discussing our latest reads, you know, shallow things. How do you know her?
She and Isabel got me an appetite sparked.
Good. Keep her by your side. Gobbet's very fluent in the way of the city and people who live here. She knows her stuff. If you stick with her, you'll find yourself in a lot less trouble than you would otherwise.
You said you paint?
Just for fun. I don't make any money off it or anything like that. I just find it relaxing. And design my tattoos, but that's about the extent that I take it upon beyond the canvas.
Mind if I see that tattoo? I can't quite make it out from here.
Yeah, sure. She turns it back to you and you can see the tattoo in all its glory. It looks like an impressionist rendition of a school of salmon jumping upstream. The artistry of the piece is undeniable.
Tattoos aren't really my thing, still.
I say that with a head full of tattoos, never mind.
That's amazing. Really professional quality work.
An embarrassed smile creeps into her features. She scratches his shoulder. You're being way too generous, but I'll take it. Thanks.
What do you like to read?
Crouchy claps her eyes together and a slow smile spreads across her face. Aside from the usual, I love sitting down each morning to a tall cup of soy calf, and with the latest news stream on hand, I pop it right open to the obituaries. Makes for great reading. She smiles at you for a moment before speaking. Kidding. Well, for all you know. I tend to stay towards the detective novels, maybe some suspense and horror. When I'm not reading for leisure, I study my textbooks to keep my magic sharp.
Sounds fun. I'd like to ask you something on a more serious note. Is Crafty your real first name?
No. Her wave of nostalgia seems to pull her gaze towards the shop's front window. The name started off as a joke, actually. Back home, my mom used to call me Crafty since the meaning is similar to my given name. I liked it because of the way it sounds. I insisted that my family call me Crafty, so it became sort of a nickname around the house. When I got older and started school in Hong Kong, I made my mom register me as Crafty, and it stuck.
Let me guess, your first name is Phyllis.
Yes.
I knew it!
You have keen senses, Slane. It's true. She covers her eyes with her hands, and her voice deepens. It sounds close to tears. I was born a Phyllis. When she looks back at her eyes are pleading. Now that you've uncovered the truth, what will you do about it?
Oh, Crafty. I mean, Phyllis. Phyllis. I'm so sorry.
Shoulders slump, her eyes grows heavy. Her voice is now hardly louder than a whisper. You don't have to apologize. This is my burden, but please don't tell anyone. My reputation will be ruined.
When you dream of it.
Her act shatters as you see her struggling to hold back a smile.
Ha ha, very funny. Look how amused I am.
The temptation was too great. Anyways, name's Meow. No cat jokes. I mean it. Now, where were we? Is this your story? You just work here. It's mine. I inherited it from my mom. As you can see, she generously left me her research journals. Mom was never a big cleaner, but neither am I. My mom used to keep the spirits around that helped her manage the place. They're not here anymore, but sometimes I swear my books aren't where I... Wheatley, I swear to God. Last placed them. Who knows? Maybe they pop by for visits. I just wish they clean while they're here.
What's with the name of the store?
It's a cultural thing. 5 phrases represent wood, earth, water, fire, and metal. Some people believe they're the basis of how things function and interact in this world. You find it practiced all throughout China in disciplines ranging from farming to science, even music. The theory isn't common among younger generations, but it has its uses. My mother was strongly influenced by it. In fact, our sign out front is a visual representation of the cycle of 5 phases. It was an inspiration to her. I just think it looks neat.
What makes this store so special?
It's old, respectable, built over a dragon line. We also carry texts unavailable anywhere else. But I guess for me, I'm drawn to this place by the nostalgia.
How do you like working here?
It's a job. Can't complain.
I have a question about something else.
I'd like to see your wares finally. Okay. Alright, so do you have heal wounds? Okay, heal wounds 1. Armor. Okay, let's... First, weapons. Yeah, that's for conjuring, so we don't have that. We could wear that, but nah, it's okay. Actually, what are we wearing? Are we even wearing armor? I don't think we are. I'll look in just a moment. Ooh. Oh, that's so expensive though. Oh, need conjuring of 1 to get +1 charisma. F that. Some hit point stuff. So we're not a conjurer, we are a spellcaster. So, alright. So the spells are pretty expensive, but like I said, it's they operate off cooldowns, no drain, so you do have essentially unlimited uses for them. We're so close to Chain Lightning, but it also requires spellcasting 6. So that'll be a little bit later, I think. Ooh, there's this. If a target is damaged by this spell, caster gains 4 hit points per round for 2 rounds. I'm probably going to take Lightning Bolt and target and resolve enemies. I don't need a stun bolt. I already have my sword if I need to stun anyone. Dispelling magic is good. Increasing aim is also good, though. I think that's all I'll take. And actually, you know what? Kitty, I swear. I'll go ahead and take the shamanic ritual garb. Ooh, do I have enough for that as well? Just barely. Actually, no, I'll save that. I do want to save a little bit of money. Yeah, I don't think I need to spell magic yet, so we'll do that. I can equip, I can equip more spells, so... Because I thought I was almost out of spell slots, so... Oh yeah, basically, yeah, so, yeah, we need a little bit more armor. You know what, I like that. I like that quite a bit. I was thinking about this or the warrior monk thing, but you know what, we'll stick with this kind of weird thing. Thanks, Crafty. See you around indeed. Oh my gosh, I don't want to mess with this guy. If I saw him, I'd be like, yep, other way, folks, we're done. Alright, I know I'm definitely going over time. I apologize. I just want to get all the dialogue done so that whenever we start next stream, we'll be able to just start fresh. Sorry, folks. Okay, let's use the intercom here. Eugen, I thought I told you to fuck off.
Kindly will vouch for me.
Yeah, you just had your engine there for a minute, I'll check on that. Door gives several heavy metallic clicks. There's a dull rumble, like heavy bolts sliding back. The green light flashes on the terminal. Door appears to be unlocked. You can now enter the clinic. Enter Chrome Alley. So I'll kind of just shortcut the reading a little bit. I'll still describe stuff, but yeah, I'll shortcut a little bit. Spindly mechanical arms swing from unobtrusive wall mounts, pulling down crepe paper ribbons and scooping food platters and empty beer bottles into biohazard bags. Because they just hosted a party, okay. A severely crippled Caucasian man sits in the wheelchair amidst the maelstrom of mess and robotics. He's in his 40s. Thick beard, tungsten earrings, beer belly, one cyber eye. Both his legs are missing. One at the hip, the other at the knee. He has only one arm, and only 3 fingers remain on his surviving hand. His face and arms show the scars of reconstructive surgery. He grins widely at you, regarding you with bloodshot eyes. He's clearly hungover. Hey, I'm Ambrose. He shouts cheerfully in English, his words piling together in a loose Midwestern accent. They call me Ten Arms. Welcome to the Gong, fellow you Cassian. He chuckles, his chest shaking with mirth. A wall door shrieks life and swings over to him. Its menacing metal pincer momentarily sets the cigarette between his lips, just long enough for him to inhale from it. Kinda says you're alright. So what can I do for you? You're a doctor? Sure am, I'm a rigger. A rigger doctor. A rockter! Oh man, I cannot laugh hard today. I had too much partying last night. It hurts. I'm not board certified, but don't worry, I should be. I'm full on skilled. Works Yellow Lotus guarantee and precisely in coordinates with the World Medical Association standards. Everyone always comes to me, because I'm the only option. Guess it makes you my only option too. Hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? Don't worry, I take care of people here real good. Your front door could stop a bulldozer. Why so fortified? Are you kidding? You have any idea how much all this stuff in here is worth? This is a high capital operation, and life's dangerous for a guy missing most of his members, tooling up smugglers and criminals. Let me tell you what, though. Someone busts in here, they're going to be in a world of hurt. There's a lot more than pipes and wires up there in that false ceiling. I've got Cannonly's crew and the Club 88 boys on the panic button. They know which side their bread is crumbed on. What, you think it try and knock me over? What do you do here? What do I do? Tune-ups, engine rebuilds. On your ass? I do it all. First aid, second aid, birth surgery, cybernetics, obstetrics, euthanasia. I'm your one-stop shop for health and beauty. Well, not beauty. I don't modify myself. Yet. Any reason I'd come around here if not for medical gear? Shoot, this is a friendly little neighborhood. I love when people come by and bullshit. Hell, I host birthdays. Amber's spider drone swings a bottle of coffee liquor over his nose. He sniffs it gingerly. Nope, that's no good anymore. Full of spit and cigarette ash. What sort of mechanical services do you offer? Nothing you'd be interested in. Right now I'm mostly doing engine mechanics and electrician stuff. I send Max Law and Reliable Matthew any work they can handle. And it's really just a hobby and service to the community. I make mine up with the clinic. He looks fondly over at the massive, partially assembled V8 engine occupying most of the operating theater. That baby is going to be a goddess when I'm done with her. Can you install me combat wear? You know it. You got the coiny essence. I'll trick you out like a bulldozer with ground effects and a turret. I got it all. Limbs, reflexes, decker wear, blood filters, muscle, bones, greasing, effects, bolts, blah. Full range of chromality services, something like we like to keep beneath the HKPF's radar. Wink. Show me your services. I'll take that V8 engine and a box of chocolates. Burst into laughter. I like you. You got good taste. But that engine is family. Seriously, what do you want? Let's just take a look at the cyborg. So, in this game, it's not that you, since there's no drain checks like there would be in the normal Shadowrun stuff, you get longer cooldowns the lower your essence is with spells. So you can equip some stuff still. It just is going to be pretty painful. So, goodbye, so long, farewell. You can talk with him about more stuff later, I think. Oh my god. Why did you do this, cat? Cat, why? You're making things activate. Okay, I'm just going to hold you like this now. This impressive home-built computer is running multiple large memory units and processors. Chilled air from its active cooling system washes over you to the whir of fans. A thin, fiber optic cable runs across the floor to Ambrose in his chair. On the wall behind the computer are miscellaneous decorations, notes, and photos. Two items stand out. A large dry erase calendar and a corkboard plasterbook printouts. Let's look at the printouts. News clippings and BBS posts have been printed, carefully snipped, and pinned in place. Most are less than a year old. They're mixed with grainy photographs of what looks like a devastated city, Chicago. News articles describe an outbreak of a virulent version of the Vegatus plague in the city and subsequent quarantining of a zone containing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. The newest items are plain text. Oh my god, Kitty, you're scratching me real bad. The newest items are plain text bulletin board postings printed out. The very fact they're from so crude a site is strange. Very, very few Matrix sites are so plain. Let's search our mind. It takes a moment, then a similar set of described conditions come to mind. 900 Days by Harrison Salisbury, a detailed Russian account of the 20th century Nazi siege. God. Okay. Let's examine the postings. Oh my god. Files smudged out from within the containment zone. They describe a cover-up. Ooh, cover-up. Hello. Try to parse the postings. Boot-to-do, the BBS, Shadowland, Captain Chaos. Yeah. Yeah, if we were a Decker, we'd know much more about Shadowland. Look at the calendar. Dry erase calendar is cluttered with a relentless storm of commitments, which written in a cramped, sloppy handsy. Most appear to be medical appointments with patients, followed by a busy list of social engagements. Closer scrutiny reveals others. Basic mechanics class on Wednesday nights. Basic computer coding Sunday afternoons. Before both of these linked in red marker, prepare a lesson plan, you stupid idiot. Holidays, big combat races. Birthdays, every Sunday until 4 p.m. is simply labeled engine. Only 5 hours a night of dedicated sleep, but large swaths of time are conspicuously labeled hangover. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here I can check out. Wait, yeah, there is. This auto furnace room is built out as a medical clinic and a machine shop. There's alive in the rumble of furnaces and of cooling fans. It is sweltering. The front area is more like a homey coffee house than a clinic lobby. Comfortable furniture, used digipads, coloring books. The wall opposite the boilers is cluttered with a mixture of photos and prints. Local artists, work images of military vehicles, off-road racing, Rube Goldberg machines, personal photos, old-time Chicago gangsters, desert wars, motorized combat divisions. Clinic space. Work area looks more like a machine shop than a medical theater. Roboticized operating table and hydraulic lifts supporting a partially disassembled V8 engine occupy places of equal importance against the north and south walls. Prosthetic limbs are racked overhead like machine parts. A heavy lift hoist is clamped to an I-beam. An impressive home-built computer sits against the far wall. Several bulkier towers sit under the desk with hands whirring. It looks more like a sysadmin's Decker server station than a doctor's terminal. Floors are scuffed concrete, stained with grease and old blood. Faint odors of ammonia, gasoline, and antiseptic mingle in the air. A large sign on the back wall reads, "Sanitary space, no spitting." Personal photos. Picture of mostly Hoya residents, holidays, and parties. Tenor and Ambrose is in many of them. The vast scope of the photos suggests Ambrose must be acquainted with almost everyone in Hawaii. Alright. So we've gone almost everywhere. I don't think we can get in here yet, though. The one guy actually as big as us. Like most troll bouncers, this man is not with muscles. Perhaps are the myriad scars that come with age or indiscretion. His only blemishes are the bony skin growths common to his kind. Our kind, thank you. And a single deep scar across his neck and collarbone. You watch yourself in here or else we check your aerodynamics. Aerodynamics. Anyone causes trouble, I see how far I can throw them. No fighting, no killing, no sex trade. Heel and arm flexing. His muscles jump out like a massive serpent in steel cabling. His arm is usually as sleek as most humans' waist. I don't mess around. Okay. There's actually, I know there's like going to be another few things of conversation because we got to talk to our teammates and then going to talk to all those folks. Stream's been going for almost 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and save here. And we'll pick up here tomorrow. Now, on a normal week, Fridays would be my group party games, like Jackboxing, or there's a couple of games I actually just bought that I think people will like too. And Jenna wants me to do like a multiplayer Overcooked session with people. Whoever wants to join, that's gonna be so crazy. But yeah. So tomorrow though, this time we'll do Shadowrun one more time. But like starting next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be Shadowrun, and then Friday will be a party game. So for the folks that came in later, I'm trying to start at 7, but yesterday and today when I started at 7, right when I kind of clicked over to get started and everything, the stream crashed. So I'm thinking that maybe 7 might be a hot spot for everyone kind of getting online and doing stuff. So yeah, in that case, we might switch to 8 o'clock. So, but if you're watching this on YouTube, it doesn't matter. You watch it whenever you want. Go ahead, go wild, go crazy. It's all good. But yeah, anyways, Hunter Kitty says hello. She is comfy here, and I guess I'm gonna just be stuck here for who knows how long. But anyways, I hope everyone has a good rest of the evening. We'll go ahead and quit out there. And yeah, kitty, I swear to God. You all take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye, Zools.